Hello and welcome to Workshops with Willow. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to stay updated with all of our future content. I'm going to make sure you guys can see the bottom half here. And this is where we're going to take all of our measurements from. Alrighty then, let's have some fun. We are going to make face masks. Hey! So the first thing that I want to do is mark off a rectangle, and to do that I want to measure 7 inches from my bottom line over here. Cool, you guys can see the ruler too. So 7 inches is going to bring me, right, great. Okay, so my pencil does not have any lead right now, but I trust that we'll work through that. Anyways, across your bottom edge, we want 6 inches from this corner to this corner. And then we're going to come up here to our 7-inch mark. Go ahead and put our little 6 inches there. Put our little mark over here, because remember we're just going to be making a rectangle. This is how far we need to go, and we only need to take it where? 7 inches from the bottom, because we want a good solid rectangle. So we're going to match our ruler up to this line here at the bottom and this 7-inch line at the top. We're going to make a line. Success. Now that we know how long that line is and that it's even, we're going to come over here and we're going to make this line. Oops. No, I'm not. I have a tripod to move around. I got it. Here we go. Okay, so this line up here, and it's barely cutting it off, is our 7 inches. We're just going to make a line across that, matching up this point with this point. Let me see if I can slide it down just a little bit so you have a full view of it. There we go. I think we got it. So we're just working with a standard piece of sketch paper, I suppose you would call this. Cardstock can work well. It'll hold up its form as you're using it. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to, from this corner over here, measure 2.5 inches from the bottom. We're going to mark our point, and then we're going to come up here to our 7-inch mark, which is the top of our rectangle. And I love it when I do this. So, because I wasn't paying attention really, yes I was. For this line here, we're going to make 2 lines. We make one at 2.5, and then we make another one up here at 5.5, which I believe, if I did it the opposite direction, would be 1.5 inches. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because I didn't mark it that way coming from here, because it wasn't coming from the top of the paper. Alrighty then, so these are beautiful marks, beautiful lines, great rectangle space. What we're going to do next, now this here in our pattern is going to be our fold. And I'll explain a little bit more of that later. Okay? So what we want to do next is we want to come in from the side over here, and we want to measure 1 inch. Just 1. Focus, focus. And over here along your bottom line, you want to measure 2 inches. I hope I didn't move our paper too much. 2 inches. We're going to mark that. Then what we do is we come up from the bottom side over here. We're going to measure 4 inches from over here. I'm so glad I didn't do that. Oh my goodness. Wrong number. I'm looking at the wrong number. We're going to measure 2 inches. Ta-da! Wow, thank you so much for being patient and understanding. I don't know where I come up with this stuff. Let me see. And from here, we're going to mark. I'm looking at all of my lines as I go up. I'm looking at 5 inches, or sorry, 7 inches, 5 inches. Yes, that's correct. That's 2 inches. And I'm counting them as I go because it is very necessary to pay attention when you're doing this. It's very easy to get confused and get things kind of turned around and discombobulated, I suppose you could say. So anyways, what we're going to do now is I'm going to label this the top. So that you understand what it is exactly that we're looking at. And right here, we are going to measure at 1.5 inches from the top. We're going to mark that there. So these marks here are just guides, and let me straighten out that paper. Let me show you real quick. We are going to play a little bit of a connect the dots game. I'm not sure how skilled you may or may not be with this, but we're just going to have a little bit of fun, okay? So we're going to do a straight line from the measurement of 1.5 here in the top corner left to the measurement of 1 inch from the corner on the top right. Just go ahead and draw a straight line. Okay, then we're going to come over here and we're going to match up this corner on the top right to this point on the top right. We're just going to make a straight line. And I'm doing these straight lines because for some reason they're just easier to follow. Okay, it's a little easier to follow and to go where we're going to go next with this idea. So, excuse me. I'm not perfect with this. Here we go. Isn't that beautiful? Doesn't it look like that hard cornered, edgy thing will fit so comfortably and beautifully on your face? Okay, well, thank you for having faith in me, but it won't. So what we want to do now is we want to curve these lines. We're going to take this one and we're going to just put this pretty little curve in it. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be a curve. We don't want it to be a big curve because we don't want to cut off any of our size of the mask. We just want to create a bend. Oops. Well, that looks like a beautiful curve to me. They have cool little stencils and stuff like that you can get for things like that, like this, but I don't have them. So on this curve here, we're going to match this point with an outward bend. And this piece here is going to be what ends up covering your nose. So this point here goes to the bone in the center of your nose. This would be where the point of your nose fits and tucks back inside. This here would be your space for your mouth and your lips. So down here along the bottom, we're going to make a nice little curved line again from this point to this point. That's going to create the chin curve. That way, oops, excuse me. Well, picked my wrist up off the table, I wouldn't be having that problem. But that's a different workshop, and since I don't have a pencil, and I'm not very used to doodling with pens, or please forgive me. Okay, so now you have the little curved pocket for your chin, and your chin is going to come down off of your nose, your lips, your mouth. Here comes your chin, right in here. And at this point here, we want it to fold and go up underneath your neck and around your face, right? So this bottom line here, we're going to take this connecting dot and this connecting dot, and we're going to make another inward curve. Again, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to illustrate a curve. Now, lovely what I've done. Ta-da! So, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out and we're going to come right back. And there you have it, folks. This is your chin piece. So I'm going to set this aside and show you how to make the pocket. Here I come. We are going to do this on the corner. We need 4.5 inches of a rectangle, 6 inches long. So here we go. Here we go. I'm right on top of it, Rose. 4.5 inches. And we're going to measure from the top down 4.5 inches, ignoring the scrap piece that's underneath us. We're going to count 6 inches from the side, because remember, we want all of our mask pieces to be 6 inches from the nose, or the fold in the front, to the back where we fasten it around the head. So 6 inches from the corner here to here. Go ahead and mark that. And then let's go ahead and find our 4.5 inches again to make a complete rectangle. 4.5 inches. So there's my line there. Here's my line. You know, I should have known to mark this one up here, because it's very common sometimes to skew your lines. Okay, here we go. And you guys have a great view. So, excuse me. What we're going to do here is two 2.5 inches from here. 2.5 inches from here. We're going to mark that. And then just like the original chin, because remember we want everything to kind of follow along, we want it all to match in the end. And okay, I'm going to slide this over a little bit because now my ruler is getting stuck on the leg. From here we want to, it's mutiny. From here, the right corner of our triangle, inward, we want to measure 2 inches. Go ahead and mark that. Remember, this is similar to the face that we just created. Right here we're marking the chin, we're marking the back, we're going to come forward over here and we're going to mark the point where the chin starts to curve, which is 2.5 inches. Am I correct? Were you guys paying attention? I hope so. And we're going to mark that right there. So we're going to do the same thing that we did last time, and we're going to play polka dots. Connect the polka dots. And then what I would suggest doing at this point is taking our original pattern, matching our point here with the bottom of our pattern, the point here with the bottom of our pattern. See how it's matching up? And from there, make sure that this corner, and this corner matches. And from there, I would follow the curve that we've already created. Okay. And remember, those lines are just reference points. So what we're going to do from here is go ahead and cut out along our curved line, straight up to the top and all the way over. It's already there, so don't even worry about that one yet, okay? Alrighty then, we will be back in just a flash. Alright guys, now we're going to make the handy dandy nose part of our pocket. And to do that, we start with, of course, a rectangle. Over here on our right side of the paper, we are going to measure 4 inches from the bottom. Go ahead and mark that. We are going to measure, 6 inches from the side. I almost forgot my own process. How do you do that? Trying to rush ahead to the next step. Okay, so 4 inches from the bottom. We'll stay right put where we are. And then 6 inches from the side, we're going to make our perfect handy dandy little rectangle. No, don't go too far. Here we go. Always do that. Okay. And there we go. So, perfect. Yay, high five. You guys are doing a good job. I can see it now. We're going to measure from the right corner of our rectangle. Did I say triangle a minute ago? I will bet you I did. No, it's not 2 inches, honey. I'm sorry. Here I go lying to myself and to you, the whole world. Let's see if we can trim a 20-minute video. It takes a minute to make a pattern. Mark 1 inch from our right corner, even though it's skewed a second. There we go. And then over here on the side, we are going to measure. Don't forget what you're doing now. 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches from there. No, that's a little, just slightly turned the wrong way. I'm so sorry. We're not supposed to be measuring from the top corner. We're supposed to be measuring from the edge of the paper. This mark is obsolete. I apologize. Here I come. I'm paying attention now. I thought something looked funny. I've been making these for days. Of course something looked funny. Okay, so here's our dot, and there's our dot. We're going to play one more dot before we can connect them all. Oh, brother, sister, have I been doing this too much? Here we go. On this corner here, we're going to measure 3 inches from the bottom and mark that. And then we're going to connect the dots. So go ahead and make your straight line that connects this dot to this dot in your corner. And I think you guys can almost keep up with me. And connects this dot to this corner here. Ta-da! Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, where did I put it? Okay, there's so many things going on behind the scenes. Grab our face mask that we made earlier. We're going to match our pieces. 2.5, 3, 1, oh. I measured this one very different. And look, we're going to have to take the compensation with us. Because, what in the world was I thinking? Anyways, it's not even important. We're going to move our dot way over here because it's best when all of our pieces match up together. Oops, sorry. Thank God it's a pattern I have to use. Fired. That's it. We're no longer an artist. Alright, so This creates our centerpiece, and we're going to hem that later, but I'll show you all that in another video. Right now, we just need to cut out along our curved lines, and I will do that and be back with you shortly. All right, everybody, there you have it. This is how you make patterns for your mask. Here is your nose and upper pocket piece. Here is your chin and lower pocket piece. And here is your face piece. So I am going to sign off for now. Thank you for joining Workshops with Willow in Willow's world. Fantabulous world of sewing and patterns. I will be sure to upload another video showing you how to use all of these wonderful pieces of paper to your benefit. And thank you for joining me. Links will be in the comment description below. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you love art and love this channel, by shopping at the art store or becoming a Patreon member, your contributions support this channel and its content. Links will be listed in the comments below. Thank you.